For those of you at home, this is not pancake batter, so don't eat it. Hey there, Mopar fans. So we got the call that the Cuda was ready and the dipper had it all neutralized and told us to come pick it up. We had to wait for an ice storm. It's pretty bad weather to clear before we could go down and get it, but we've got it. And here is picking it up, bringing it back, dropping it off, and the final results. Had to make a quick stop at Graveyard Cars, but I can't tell you why. You'll have to subscribe and stay tuned to find out. I love me some clean metal, so let's get her in the trailer and head for home. So we got the 71 Cuda project unloaded. This is our first opportunity to see what we're really working with in bare, naked metal. And as with any project, especially on this scale and cars that are 50 years old, you can start to see all kinds of repairs and patches and damage that's happened over the years. It's had an inner fender well or core support replaced. We'll run into little pinholes that you didn't see before. So sometimes you've got to determine, are you going to repair that? Are you going to replace it? So we're going to be reviewing this and determine the best course of action over the next week or so. This was really funny. Someone was using an air chisel on her and got their chisel stuck and, well, just abandoned it. Floors aren't terrible, but you see a 4-speed hump was brazed in. But plenty of pinholes, lots of being patched. Was this one time or 3 separate occasions? Who knows? But you end up with all kinds of little stuff, like this tiny little area at the top of the quarter where a skin has maybe been seamed onto it, or maybe that was one little piece, I'm not sure. This little tiny section added in. So this is what I call an 80s, maybe early 90s restoration, when the reproduction and aftermarket just wasn't there yet. Even though better work could have been accomplished, without a doubt. But fortunately, I keep all the AMD sheet metal in stock, or at least as well as AMD can stock. So we already have the floors, inner and outer wheelhouses, every piece, tail panel, you name it, is here for this car, especially when you combine it with the parts that are out in the yard. So this is going to be a full rotisserie build on this car. We're not going to call it a restoration because we are going to modernize some stuff. We're going to have to pull the roof skin off, which is fine. As you can see from underneath, this roof skin is done. There was some scaly rust to be had in there. Looks like we are going to need an upper cowl panel And I've learned that just from this walk around here. And then the hood looked great. And then we had it dipped. And you see all them tiny little puncture wounds. I'm not sure what they were doing there, or where they hammered this mess out. So in this case, well, we just go with a new hood. We could skin it, but by the time you have the time and labor into it, and the AMD hoods are really, really good fitting, we'll just go with those. So the next thing is to put it up on the rotisserie. We'll remove the floors and the rusty sheet metal sections so that we can access, and when I say we, it's me and, like I said, family, and I do have one helper now, so that's good. So we'll access the insides of the frame rails so that we can make sure they're clean, seal them, and epoxy coat them. And then start the process of putting it together. We have a goal of having this ready in November of 25. So let's see how it goes. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and you'll subscribe and follow the build on the 71 Cuda, as well as many other cars and projects that are scheduled to come in the next several months. The big collection from Eastern Oregon is coming in. Another big collection from Northeastern Washington is coming in. We got some really cool muscle cars that are currently in the Midwest on their way here. So I hope you'll subscribe, follow, and continue to support this adventure. And got some new swag and other stuff coming out, and we're getting ready for the Portland swap meet in April. So you can come and see me in person there. And if you're coming from out of town, you need parts, email me here, and I'll make sure to have them with me if that's more convenient, because of course we'll be closed during that time to attend that event. And looking forward to traveling and coming to an event somewhere near you. So thank you very much. Enjoy those Mopars. Get them out on the road, build them, and bring them back, especially for the kids.